Have you ever done everything right, been kind, patient, understanding, forgiving, and still ended up hurt, overlooked, or replaced? At some point, most people quietly face a confusing truth. Being a good person doesn't always lead to good outcomes. And that realization hits harder when you notice something uncomfortable. Some people who seem less kind, less fair, even less caring, still get chosen, respected, or prioritized. So what is really going on? Let's break it down. 1. The belief we all grow up with. From childhood, most people are taught a simple formula. Be good, and good things will happen to you. Be polite, and people will respect you. Be kind, and people will love you. Be understanding, and people will treat you well. It sounds logical, clean, fair, but life rarely follows clean rules, because real human behavior is not based on fairness, it is based on perception, boundaries, and emotional impact. And that's where the disconnect begins. 2. When goodness turns into expectation. One of the biggest silent problems with being too good is this: people stop noticing your goodness and start expecting it. At first, your kindness is appreciated, but over time, it becomes the default. You reply fast, they expect it. You forgive quickly, they assume you always will. You stay patient, they assume you have no limits. And slowly, something shifts. Your goodness stops being seen as effort and starts being seen as availability. This is where many people begin to feel invisible in their relationships, friendships, or workplace. Not because they did something wrong, but because they never drew a line that showed where good ends and self-respect begins. 3. People don't value what feels easy to keep. Here's a harsh psychological pattern. People often assign value based on effort and uncertainty. When something feels easy to access, it is often taken for granted. When something feels slightly difficult to lose, it becomes more valued. This is why boundaries matter more than constant kindness. Not because kindness is bad, but because kindness without limits can confuse how others perceive your value. If you are always available, you become predictable. If you never say no, your yes loses meaning. If you never withdraw, your presence stops feeling special. And without realizing it, you may be training people to overlook you. 4. The emotional cost of always being good. There is a hidden emotional cost to being endlessly good. You start suppressing your own discomfort just to avoid conflict. You start over-explaining your feelings so you don't upset anyone. You start tolerating things you don't actually like just to keep peace. On the surface, you look calm and understanding, but internally, something builds up: resentment, fatigue, emotional burnout. And the painful part is, you may not even notice it immediately. It often shows up later as sudden detachment, emotional exhaustion, or the feeling of, I don't care anymore. Not because you stopped being good, but because you ignored your own limits for too long. 5. Why people still leave good people. This is the part that confuses many people the most. If I treated them well, why did they still leave? The truth is uncomfortable, but impossible. People don't only stay where they are treated well. They stay where they feel emotionally engaged, challenged, and understood in a deeper way. Sometimes excessive goodness removes tension, contrast, and emotional intensity from relationships. And while that sounds positive, human psychology doesn't always respond to perfect treatment. It responds to emotional balance, warmth and boundaries, kindness and self-respect, care and firmness. When one side is missing, things start to feel unbalanced, and imbalance creates distance. 6. The difference between being good and being valued. This is the core misunderstanding. Being a good person is about your intentions. Being valued is about how people experience your presence. You can be good and still be overlooked. You can be kind and still be disrespected. You can be understanding and still be taken for granted. Because value is not only created by kindness, it is also created by standards. Standards communicate, this is how I expect to be treated. Without that signal, even good treatment can slowly slide into poor treatment without anyone noticing the shift. What actually changes everything? The turning point is not becoming less kind, it is becoming clearer. Clear about your limits, clear about your time, clear about what you accept and what you don't, because clarity changes perception. When people understand your boundaries, they adjust their behavior accordingly. And something interesting happens. You don't become less kind, you become more respected. Not because you changed your personality, but because you changed your signals. 8. A hard but important truth. Sometimes the issue is not that people don't value good people. It's that some good people silently train others not to. By never refusing, by never stepping back, by never making themselves harder to access emotionally. And over time, relationships become one-sided without anyone explicitly deciding it. It just happens quietly. Redefining what good really means. So what does this really mean? It doesn't mean you should stop being good. It means goodness without self-respect becomes self-neglect. The strongest version of a good person is not someone who gives endlessly. It is someone who knows when to pause, when to say no, and when to protect their own emotional space. Because at the end of the day, people don't just remember how good you were to them, they remember how you allowed them to treat you. Now here's something to think about. Have you ever felt like being too understanding made people take you for granted? Or do you think kindness should always come without limits? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious how different people see this. And if this message felt personal in any way, you might want to stick around, because the way people treat you is often less about who you are and more about what you unconsciously teach them. See you in the next one.